San Miguel's rate of illiteracy is 7.62%, with only 22.7% of residents having a high school degree. This rate is even greater in rural areas and even higher in the communities populated mostly by indigenous people. One of those communities is San Miguel Viejo, where nonprofit organization Ojala Niños says education is the key to success and little things matter. Today, Ojala Niños board president, Deborah Anino, and bilingual board member, Zaira Alcazar, who will share how education transforms lives in San Miguel Viejo through activities and classes for children and their parents. Their Roots of Hope project is inspiring residents of San Miguel Viejo and supporters from throughout the area. Deborah passionately pursues opportunities to use creativity to make a positive impact on lives and communities of others. She co-founded Little Things Matter, the foundation whose mission is to create opportunities for significant impact and well-being in unserved Hispanic communities. Deborah's grants support education, economic empowerment, and holistic well-being. She holds a Master of Art degree in cross-cultural ministry. Zaira also has around 30 years of experience in the international immigration matters. She's an active volunteer in education, art, and development for Hispanics in the U.S. and in Mexico. Zaira has a master's degree of law from Southern Methodist University and a law degree from La Salle, thank you, University School of Law in Mexico City. Please help me welcome Deborah and Zaira to the podium today.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start. Well, thank you for having us. It's an honor to be here to share with you our work and our mission. How many of you know Ojala Niños or knew Elsa Marie Norby? A lot of you. She was a legend and she left a very meaningful legacy. My friendship started with Elsa Marie over 10 years ago. And it began when my late husband was here in San Miguel and was trying to find a way to share a passion and sport he loved, which was tennis, with underserved children. People immediately directed him to Elsa Marie Norby because she had the reputation of caring for the children out in this community of San Miguel Viejo. So that's when I met Elsa Marie, was at our tennis camp, and she tirelessly made sandwiches, carpooled children back and forth to the Deportiva so that they would have an opportunity to learn something that they would not otherwise. Not long after we hosted the tennis camp, my husband was diagnosed with a terminal cancer. One of the things he wanted to do was help Elsa Marie procure the land for a learning and community center. For so many years, she taught out of her home, and we would go there and volunteer, and I'm sure many of you did as well, to provide materials and education and space for kids to learn. So we helped her purchase that land, and just this last year, in 2024-25, we completed the Learning and Community Center finally. So now we no longer have to work off a patio or in a small space. We have a beautiful center where children and community can gather. At the same time, we decided to start our own nonprofit called Little Things Matter. It's a 501c3. And it was really helping Elsa Marie that was the catalyst for us to develop this nonprofit organization. My husband passed away 8 years ago, but before he passed away, he asked if I would continue doing that work, and I made him that promise. Several years ago, as many of you know, if you knew Elsa Marie, her health was failing, and she just couldn't continue to do the amount of work she had been doing. It was around that time I joined the board of Ojala Niños, probably about 5-6 years ago now, and I had always kind of had a passion for what she did and did not want to see it end in any way with her. So Little Things Matter joined together with Ojala Niños, and we're now kind of the parent organization to it, providing the resources, providing board support, and now we're kind of one organization. I'm thrilled to carry the baton forward, and we'll share with you a little bit of what we've been able to accomplish in the last year. So some of you got the annual report. I'm sorry I don't have it for everybody, but we served over 85 children, teens, women, and children with 900 hours of instruction. So this is 900 hours of classes such as English, literacy, computers, art, stained glass, robotics, and I think really important is tutoring. We started tutoring children that are not in school, helping them complete their elementary school certificates, their middle school certificates, and their high school education. We also provided 159 women's workshops, and these are workshops that teach creative skills like sewing, textile painting, gelatin making. We make candles and soaps, and this teaches women creative skills in addition to providing them a sense of community together and some economic opportunities as well. In fact, we sell some of our candles in the tienda here at the Biblioteca. Additionally, we provided 450 hours of professional therapy to children and families. We have a psychologist on staff, also 71 social service consultations. We also have had a sociologist on staff. We have 9 NGO partnerships, and we partner with other NGOs that can bring services and resources from their areas of expertise. And we are specifically mentoring and tutoring 5 young adults and 12 teenagers. And we are doing this because we want to keep these young people in school and interested in education and in seeing what opportunities they can have that maybe they might not know about were they not exposed to some of the things that we offer them. So I think that's a lot of what we do, and Syra is going to share a little bit more with you about some of the demographics and things that we're doing. But before Syra joins us, I want to introduce our very new executive director, Atalia Cantu. She just joined us this last week, so we're excited to have her on board. We also have via Zoom another new associate of ours. She is our new director of education. Her name's Marcy Morera, and she couldn't be here in person, but she's on Zoom. There she is.
Hi.
I'm going to let Marcy show you one of our new exciting programs that we've started this last year, and it's a STEM program in robotics. Marcy, can you share just a couple of things?
Sure. Hi, everyone. We have started a new robotics program in Ojala Niños, or Los Pequeños que importan. Part of this is so children and youth can be learning physics, mathematics, logic through hands-on project programs. This is something important for the kids so they can still be engaged on education, and also what we have been working with them is not only classes, but they have to be solving problems that we are working with them. So part of our evaluations with them is that they need to be completing some problems, solving them, and then explaining why they're doing this and how they're going to be solving it, how they can improve it to make it even better. Part of this project is not only working through robotics, but also getting onto them. Give me a second. So part of this is also part of the things that we're working is that we're going to start working with STEM education. And if you are familiar with this methodology, is adding science, math, technology, engineering, and mathematics onto different subjects, and in a way that we can be learning through experiences more than just through a class. And we can be merging different disciplines that they can be learning together, such as English and technology or science and arts. So that's an overall of what we're starting to do and a little bit of what we're going to be having. So please come to the center and see what we're doing and just, yeah, join us.
Just wanted to say that I'm very glad and very excited to be here and be part of this Rotary group. And as Marcy said, you're very welcome to join us at Ojala Niños, and just to see what we're doing, our educational programs, and just to be part of it. So welcome, and I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so I don't want to bore you with all these demographic things and graphs and all that, but I think it is important to know that also it has been really hard, not only for the Mexican government in general to have information about San Miguel, the whole area, but San Miguel Viejo. San Miguel Viejo is a very, very unique area. Unfortunately, it's an area where the education hasn't been, I guess, an important part of the government plan. And that's when we came into place. As Deborah mentioned, and as Joe mentioned, um, Else Mary was a key person over there, right? Living, 25 years over there in that area, helping every day on a daily basis. Because I remembering Else Mary even teaching piano classes and performing. So what we're trying to do besides only giving classes to kids and showing them that there are so many opportunities in this world, not only as a formal education, but also as, what we call it, secondary classes or classes that will nurture your spirit, your soul, right? We want to develop a rounded individual, right? We don't want only to have kids that go to school and come back home and don't know anything about anything else. So we're offering sports too. Maybe they didn't remember, but soccer is super important in Mexico. So we are very fortunate because Bear was able to buy the lot next to Else Mary's house, and next to that, we have a soccer field. So it's amazing because I can see the kids running back and forth to the learning center because they have, a class, let's say a pottery class, right? Or an art class. And then they have soccer after that. So the parents feel comfortable and they trust us, right? With having the kids over here. And then the teacher, the sport teacher, whatever he's teaching that day, right? The soccer teacher, the soccer coach, it's on the other side, literally behind the wall, right? And he's teaching them other things. So I think it's super important to develop a relationship with the community, and we have been trying to do that as long as I've been coming to San Miguel for a long, long, long time. And if you see here on the graphic, unfortunately, I guess the bachelor, which is the blue one, it's only 9% of the community. It's only 9% of the kids that go. So if you see the whole pie, our goal, if you want to call it that way, is to have a bachelor degree, right? So we want to carry these kids all the way through. And when we are giving classes to level their education, because as you know, like in the States, it depends where you were born, it depends what school you went to. I was very fortunate to go to private school since I was 6, right? Until my master's degree at SMU in Dallas, right? Very fortunate, very lucky. These kids are not. So it's important to carry that education through. So in that sense, we partner with Jóvenes Adelante, for example. Jóvenes Adelante is a very well-known nonprofit in San Miguel de Allende. And what they do is kind of like they take over and they send them to universities, which I think that's amazing, right? So we're here to build partnerships. We're here to work with you, with other nonprofits, to accomplish our goals. Because it is impossible not to build a community, right? If you don't build community, you will never be able to accomplish your goals. So talking about a little bit of salaries, because we had I guess in the last couple of years, we had a huge debate. You want to help the children, but you see that the parents don't have any education. So what do? Right? How can you fix that? How can you help? How can you improve their living conditions? Salaries are really low in that area. There's barely transportation into San Miguel de Allende. I'm not saying into Mexico City, into Guanajuato, into Querétaro. No. To San Miguel de Allende, to the center. So we take it for granted, right? All of us that we're here, we know, oh, we take our car, we walk, we take the bus, taxis. Taxis don't want to go there. So we have so many issues, right, that we have to tackle at the same time that we're helping children. I think Deborah mentioned part of our goals as now helping the parents learn a skill, right, in order for them to earn more money so they can truly help their children, right? Because when they have more, I guess, your economy, your family economy is stable, you trust your kids to go through another system and really learn more about other things. You are not, I guess, you don't concentrate on making money, and don't pay attention to education, right? Because as you may know, in rural areas in the States, like in rural areas in Mexico, I guess you exchange education to working, right? Because you don't have options. So our goals here are very important because we have so many kids. I think it's a little bit hard to see, but we have about 1,100 people living in San Miguel Viejo. It's only one of the rural communities, right? We have Los Lopez, La Cieneguita. I mean, you know a lot of them. It's hard to bring water also. We're very happy that Caminos del Agua is the Citizen of the Year because Dylan has been doing this for a long time, and we've been partnered with him as well because we know, I mean, just having clean water at your house, it's not easy in San Miguel Viejo, right? You need filters. So again, it's like you're concerned about your everyday life, but on top of that, you have to send the kids to school. On top of that, the transportation is not good transportation. So this is a multi-factor situation in San Miguel Viejo. Recently, maybe a month ago, for Tres Reyes, Three Kings, I was contacting Jose because for me, keeping our traditions, celebrating Christmas, Reyes Magos, all this is super important, right? But then again, we have, like I'm showing on the picture, kids that they have to learn, the new things. AI is going to be the new thing, right? They want to learn. They literally, they want to learn. So, okay, we need people that can donate computers. We're in need of 5 computers right now, I think, because the little ones want to do what the teenagers are doing, right? They're very, I guess, interested in the new technology. How come I don't have a computer at home? What is this, right? Again, we take it for granted. We go to our computers, we Google things. They don't do that. They don't have Wi-Fi, right? So it's important to know that all these issues that we're having, we can do it if we work together. And as JFK said, thank you, Robin, because that quote was, amazing, right? You want to leave a legacy. That's the most important thing in this life. If we just pass through, really, you guys are doing this on a daily basis. I've always liked the Rotarios. I had the opportunity to join the Rotary when I was young, long time ago, in Mexico City. And I believe, what you guys are doing, it's really helping the world. You want to change the world one kid at a time, right? One family at a time. This is our new learning center, Roots of Hope. We opened in November. We really want you guys to come over. Please, 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 come and visit us. If we're lucky enough, in a month, we're going to have a concert there. So we will definitely invite you. Please invite your friends. We usually get all the money from donors. That's the only way that we survive. And we don't want to call it surviving. We want to call it thriving, because it's important for us to keep the programs running. So we're trying to plan ahead every single year, budgeting with new activities, depending on what the community wants, because there are things that the women, their moms want. There are things that the children want. At some point, we would love to invite the fathers too, right? Because again, invite everybody, commit everybody, so we can really thrive in our programs. It has been a little bit, hard in the past 2-3 years because of the pandemic, because of all these issues. This is a thing that's on a daily basis. But look at them. These kids are super happy. And if you mingle with them, if you really interact with them, you will see how fun they are, right? They just want to learn everything. If you have a skill and you can come and share it with us, maybe, we have had short programs where people come, 3 days, 1 week, and they share, I don't know, they painting, for example, right? A painting class or any kind of art class. They love it. They love it. And if they like it, they are going to ask for you again, because they're going to be like expecting you to come back, which is awesome. I think to me, that's our main goal. Every single month when we have our board meeting with our executive director and teachers, we ask this question: why do we do this? Why do you want to do this? And what do we need? We need you guys. We need each of you. We cannot do this alone. This is the most important part of the presentation. We cannot do this alone. It's really hard when we don't have, support from our community. I guess, I don't know why. Well, it's okay. You have it in your hands. No, don't worry. This is the last slide. Just the last one. Please take it home. We have the QR over here. We have our websites over here. If you need anything from us, phone numbers, everything are here, our address. Join us, even if you just want to see them learning, singing, because we have a great teacher that has been, Juan Daniel started with us as a kid. He learned, now he's a teacher, right? Which I think that's the best part of all these programs. But please go to our QR or website, or in person to our learning center. Atalia will be there to welcome you. And I think some of you got this, not everybody, but the same thing. And anything you need from us, any program you think we can benefit from, please let us know. Thank you for I'm sorry, questions, I'm sorry. Deborah?
The kids, I'm sorry. So the kids come to your place after school every day?
It is an after-school program every day, yes.
Right.
3
And
to 6.
Is there a secundaria in San?
No, there's no secundaria in San Miguel Viejo.
Okay, so the kids come from the kinder and the primaria
Sí.
directly every day?
Yes.
Are you open on Saturdays and Sundays also?
No, we're not open on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, so this is an after-school program.
From Monday through Friday, yes, 3 to 6 after-school program.
Right.
Correct. Yes. Thank you for clarifying that. Jose, claro.
Thank you. So why you think the local government or maybe SEG or people are not really care about San Miguel Viejo?
Well, in my mind and in my heart, I do not want to believe that the government or the people don't care about San Miguel Viejo. I think people don't know about San Miguel Viejo, which that's an important thing. Because again, we are far from Centro, right? So some people think it's like, oh, there's nothing besides Centro, right? Because we all live around Centro, so we walk to Centro. It's really hard to walk all the way over there, right? Not impossible, but it is hard to walk over there. So I think it is a matter of being here, being present, be out here, telling you guys about us, you knowing more about us. The government, I think we're trying to work with them. I think there is always disruption, and I want to call it disruption because I truly believe it's that. Every single time, every 6 years, I think we have a disconnection, right, between the previous government and the current government. So by the time we're trying to build a bridge with the new government, they're gone, right? So it's terrible. It's just like in the States, right? I mean, you're trying to do something and then all of a sudden stops. So the Plan de Desarrollo, which is like a development program that we have, of course, like in any country, in any state, in any city, is usually for 10 years. But I don't think there's communication between the past government and the current government about what the programs are, what the needs are for these programs, right? Or for the people that live in different regions in one state, right? So it's more a matter of communication, I think, or miscommunication in most of the cases, right?
Okay, second question. Sorry, amigos.
Sorry, amigos.
And so how people can support like what the families is been doing or like families are being trained as a different thing. So how people from San Miguel can support like the families or the kids or whatever.
Okay, so what I always say when I ask for help, I'm not always asking for money because what I really value is your time and your knowledge, right? Most of you have done incredible things in life. So all I want is for you to share your knowledge with us and maybe participate in a class or help us create a class. And through that, you can help us, right? Because when you give money, it's almost like a one-time thing and then stops there, right? I don't want that. I truly want to develop relationship with our peers, which is a whole different story than just giving, a donativo or a grant. We've been lucky enough that in most of the cases, we can apply for grants on a yearly basis, which is great. That's awesome. But in some cases, of course, because there are so many nonprofits here, they ask you to apply every 2, every 3, every 5 years. So you don't get those grants on a yearly basis. So that's hard. And honestly, we need help on a monthly basis. So it's not, it's not easy. But mainly time, if that can be the second thing or the first thing for me. And then, of course, money, of course, knowledge, sharing this. Because if you tell your friends about us and they can come and visit us, that's awesome, right? Because I come from Puerto Vallarta. So if you're in Puerto Vallarta, you don't know about this. You don't know about this area. You're not familiar because we all come to the big cities, to the important cities, to the famous cities, right? Because we want to have fun. You don't want to be, on a daily basis concerned about the daily needs of a region. And our kids come from Los Lopez, from La Cieneguita, they're not only from San Miguel Viejo now.
I just want to share a few other tangible ways that you can help. We provide nutritious snacks daily for the kids, and we get donations on fruits and vegetables. If you ever wanted to donate some food items for snacks, that's something that would be wonderful. Even coming to help cut up snacks, like cut up apples and cut up celery and cucumbers. We also have transportation needs, which Sarah mentioned. Sometimes getting people from the community into San Miguel Viejo, or when we have events and things that we want to take the kids to, special events, being able to carpool some of the kids because we don't have a bus, we don't have a van, anything like that. We do rely on volunteers to provide transportation. Our women's cooperatives, we've been teaching them different skills. Professionals come in and teach them sewing. We've taught them textile painting. I've taught them to make candles and soaps, but there might be a creative skill that you can come teach our mothers and then help us take that to some of our local pop-up markets because the women can't take it. They don't have the transportation or the ability to even carry things. So even doing something like that. Italia will have a list of opportunities for you beyond teaching a skill, which would be wonderful as well. But there's other little ways like that. We host a summer camp as well, and we're always looking for volunteers during the summer to help us with summer camp, which could be playing games with the kids, leading the kids in art. And we have after learning program kids clubs. Excuse me. We have one for elementary age and we have one for our middle school kids. And these are value-based clubs where we're usually reading stories that focus on values and playing games and just building community with them because we want them to have a safe place to come. It's not always a very safe community to hang out with nothing to do. So this gives them a place to come, develop those friendships, and do some fun activities together. So,
yeah, we need your time.
Just to add of Deborah saying, if you, some of you men, we want to develop also workshop for men in the community, also like carpentry or something like that. So if you know something like that, it's going to be great for us to
Jose.
do that.
What is the little? No.
Sorry, amigos. So we have our Girls Empowerment Program, and I think it could be something that we can work together. So if you are saying like you are looking like these partnerships with NGOs and you want like for moms or families like knowledge, I think it's a perfect fit. So after the meeting, let's talk about it. And yes, thank you.
Please. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Syra and Deborah and Natalia, for all the work that you're doing.
in San Miguel Viejo. It's very, very important for those children, their future, their families, and the entire community. As we've learned through our various programs, when you change the life of a girl or a boy, you've changed the life of their family and their future and their community. So again, congratulations for all the good work you're doing.